Until you feel safe, true healing cannot occur. Even if you're in a place that is safe and you think it's not safe, this will prevent you from healing. The reason is because when you have a perception of danger or threat, it activates the mast cells, and the mast cells are the ones that are responsible for secreting all the inflammatory molecules in your body. These mast cells are the ones that are responsible for all your symptoms, because inflammation is the cause of your symptoms. So if you have a perception of danger, a perception of a threat, you feel like, you're concerned about something like that, then you're actually going to be making your symptoms worse. So you cannot heal until you change your perspective about things. If you're constantly in a situation where you're feeling threatened financially, you can't get it off your mind, or you're in a bad relationship where you feel like you're being abused or any of that, this can leave you in a state of fight or flight constantly, and constantly in a state of limbic system activation. And when that happens, then your body is going to be more reactive to everything, to smells, to sounds, to foods, to experiences. You're not going to sleep as well. You're not going to recover. You're not going to have as deep a sleep. Your body's going to have a heightened state of reactivity to everything and a heightened state of inflammation, which will drive your symptoms. Because what are your symptoms caused by? They're caused by inflammation. Inflammation is the cause of all symptoms, and the cause of inflammation is the mast cells. The mast cells are the reason that all this inflammation is occurring. And those mast cells, as I said, they will react based upon your perception of your reality. So if you're looking at something and you go, oh my God, it's threatening, it's going to hurt me, guess what? Heart's pumping, breath shortening, feeling like this, right? What actually happened? It was only your observation of that thing and your perception of it that caused that. It wasn't actually mold in the air. It wasn't because you ate something. It wasn't because of some past trauma, whatever. It was because by looking at that right there, you had a storyline that you associated with it, and then your immune system responded based upon your perception and your storyline. So you have to change your storyline. You have to change your storyline if you want to stop this process. You have to be able to change your perception of these things. If you want to stop this process, this is what I've learned. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. My website's endsickness.org. I go through this. I went through this myself. It was extremely difficult to overcome. But what I realized is that when I was perceiving these things as threatening, when I was perceiving things as unsafe in my life, then I realized that I was always feeling unwell. I was always feeling tired. I was feeling shaky. I was feeling, like my stomach was bloating, etc. My daughter as well, when she was feeling like she wasn't in a safe environment, she wasn't doing well. When we were in a place where we knew it was safe, I told her it was safe, and we all ended up doing much better and ended up realizing at the end it wasn't safe, that there actually was still mold there, but mentally I felt safe there. So everything was working out. We were getting better and getting better and getting better. The key to getting better is more about safety than it is anything, because if you don't believe you're safe, you're not going to be able to get better. Your brain's still going to be in that state of fight or flight and concern, and that's going to prevent you from healing. It's going to prevent your body from just taking a long enough break and a deep enough relaxation to heal. And this is what I've experienced. So you have to trick yourself into believing you're safe, even if you aren't, quite frankly. And there's lots of different ways you could reaffirm safety, but we'll talk about those in future videos. Just want to establish that, hey, if you don't have safety, you don't have anything. You don't have anything when you're trying to heal. And if you have the perception that there's something threatening to you, something that happened in the past that's still hurting you, you're still in the victim role, okay, then you're still going to be threatened by things, and you're still going to be prohibited from healing. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to my website, endsickness.org. I got hundreds of articles, hundreds of videos on there teaching how to heal yourself. Take care.